Hello everyone. This is going to be a video going over my cube. I've been working on a cube for a couple weeks now. I've really gotten into cube. I've been playing vintage cube, I've been playing in a commander cube, and I've had a very small popper cube for a while now. And I love that cube, but I want to build a cube that is my own, not just copied from someone else's list, and have a little bit more of my own personal touch to it. So this is the deck as it is right now. I'm just going to walk through it, go through some of the archetypes. We'll do a little bit of play testing. I don't really trust the Cube Cobra bots on drafting, so take this with a grain of salt. But these are the archetypes as we're following right now. It's 360 card cube, not very high powered as you can see, but there is still very powerful cards in the deck. Jacked Rabbit is in there, Mystic Confluence is in there. There are just a lot of very potent cards that can blow out a game and win. But let's get into it. So we have Blink and ETB for Azorius, Self-Mill for Dimir. I've just really struggled with getting a Dimir archetype that I enjoy playing because I'm not a big control player fan, but I think that Self-Mill or even milling out your opponents could be a real strategy, especially in draft. Rakdos is Agrocrats, or just go wide aggro stuff. I think the big card for this is Urabrask's Forge. I think that's what it's called. Yeah, Urabrask's Forge. Although it's a mono red card, it's kind of like the signpost of what I think for this. Gruul is 4 power, again kind of struggling with this one. Originally it was Artifact Sacrifice with Biotech Specialist being the signpost, but there's just not enough support for that I feel yet. That isn't just treasures, and I feel like treasures might be too strong. But I don't know, Boros and Orzhov can do some crazy stuff, so maybe I need to reevaluate that and we can go back to Artifact Sacrifice. Selesnya's 1/1 counters. This is one that I don't really feel like is super strongly supported. It's not like a huge representation, so I think this one may need some work. Orzhov is Life Gain, Life Drain, and Aristocrats, so very similar to this, a lot of black overlap with those cards. Izzet is Prowess, pretty self-explanatory. Golgari is Graveyard and Food. It's really more of a food sacrifice theme, but there is still like some graveyard stuff because, you know, black is self-mill, so Golgari has graveyard shenanigans. Boros is Go Wide Aggro, just tried and true tested. And Simic is Ramp Landfall. I think the ones that I'm struggling the most with are Landfall, probably Selesnya, and probably Gruul. It's really like the Naya Teamer and then Bant like combo of these that just like, I'm not exactly sure how I feel about them. I feel like Blink can be very strong because there's like a cat sub-theme within that if you just start like ephemerating Regal Caracols or Harabo, like you'll win the game. Obviously, if you have any advice, please share it. Right now it is a 360 card. It's meant to be drafted with about 8 players. It could be drafted with 4, but this is what we're looking at right now. Let's just go through some of the signpost cards and then we'll get into it. I actually need to cut this card. Yeah, this card was in the previous archetype, which was like evasive creatures, so I definitely need to cut that. But Gyruda and Obsessive Stitcher are the real cards, so get a card from your graveyard, get a card from your graveyard. For Blink, we got Brago, Aven for all the tokens that you make. Abuelo is fantastic, and I just really like Aang. Airbending is great for the versatility of your own stuff or someone else's for tempo. On Rakdos, we have Alesha, who laughs at fate, one of my favorite Rakdos cards. Mayhem Devil, Garna, Bloodfist of Keln, which is also fantastic, and Mishra, Claimed by Gix. The meld is possible. Phyrexian Dragon Engine is in the deck. It might be under red because it has a, yeah, because it has red pips. But yeah, the meld is possible in this deck, or in this cube. It is possible to meld. That might be way too broken because I know that the backside is like already blow up a ton of stuff, so we'll see. For Gruul, Goblin, and Archomancer, I don't really count this as a Gruul card since it's hybrid. We have Ashroot Animus, which is, I want it to be like the signpost, Blood Raid Elf, and Cactus Folk Sure Shot. Just generally big, stompy, just break through a lot of board states. Selesnya, we have Botanical Brawler, Conclave Mentor, Behemoth Sledge, and Kutzel Malamet Explorer. I'm thinking about adding another legendary into here just because I don't know. I feel like these are good payoffs. This one can put counters on itself, but I just need more Selesnya creatures that I think actually put counters on stuff. I think Arwen would actually probably be a really good include. Maybe. For Orzhov, we have some classics, Illusil Core, Pretending Poxbearers, which really I'm not counting as Orzhov. I should probably add another legend in here. Lingering Souls, which is a fantastic card, and then Wisp Drinker Vampire. This card is insane. If you have this card with Ellis on the battlefield, or you have this card and you cast Lingering Souls, like, Yeah, this card does a lot of work. Plus, it's an evasive flyer. Like, that was one thing I wanted Orzhov to be able to do. And Blink, or Azorius to a certain extent, is actually win the game and not just, like, spin your wheels. Is it Balmor Captain, Bloodwater Entity, Flame of Aenor, which is just a pet card, and Saheeli. This Saheeli is really, really strong. Like, this is in the Vintage Cube, I'm pretty sure. But in this environment, it's probably not nearly as good because just the artifact copies are not quite as potent. I mean, you can make 2 Skull Clamps if you want. What are you going to do with that? Yeah, not a ton of great targets, but also it's just a token generator, so you can get a wide board. For Golgari, we have Ravenous Squirrel or Board Repossession, which is like kind of Golgari. Like, it works in a Dimir deck if you really wanted it to. You just wouldn't be able to pay the kicker cost, so like 1 mana, return target creature from your graveyard to your hand. Not terrible, not great. This is one that I'm kind of on the fence about, but I just really like it. We have Greta Sweet-Tooth Scourge, Savvy Hunter, and Gluttonous Troll, so this is kind of getting into like the food sacrifice archetype. For Boros, we have Boros Charm, Craig Boone, which is one that I like this card a lot. It is a lot of text, but I think that it's good for a Boros strategy. Whenever I've playtested, I really don't pick him super often. I often feel like you can kind of just get away with just the cards within the colors rather than needing to get a legend signpost. But I mean, War Leader's Call is usually, if you get this in Boros, like, this card may need to get cut. It might be a little too strong. Then we have Rally the Peasants, which is also just kind of another finisher type card. For Simic, we have Coiling Oracle, Gene-Morph Imago? I actually don't know. That's the first time I've ever said the card's name out loud. Hydroid Krasis, Classic, Tatiova, and then Segu Mauler. Segu Mauler is just like, hopefully if you can cast this, you just win. Hexproof 6/6 Trample is really hard to deal with, I think. Because I don't think any of the board wipes hit it. You can't hit it with like Banishing Light, wherever that is. So yeah, this is the cube. I will have the link in the description, so if you want to check it out, it may have a different iteration by the time this video goes up. You know, we got our one maybe board Coglan's command. Let's just get into playtesting. Okay, so immediately the bomb I see is Regal Caracol, but we also see some other cards that go really well together, such as Abuelo and Dour Portmage. There's Removal and Burst Lightning and Suplex. I said I really don't take Craig Boone, but I am kind of tempted. This is also just like an insane card. I think I have to go with the Regal Caracol. Okay, well, that's probably very good in our strategy. Sinkhole Surveyor is also not terrible. Legion Warboss is also very good for kind of go wide. I think let's go LSL Core, because we're definitely in white. We're not definitely. We're probably... Okay, we're definitely in white. Oh my gosh, both of these in the same pack. Yeah, white might need to get toned down a little bit. Arabo and Jackrabbit. Jackrabbit's just a fantastic card. So good. Let's go with Arabo. We have Cloud Shift, start blinking one of them. Sun Titan, we already have a big 5-drop, so we probably don't want to pick Sun Titan. Recruitment Officer could find Arabo, which is not bad. Hopefully this will wheel. Let's just take Cloud Shift. Yeah, Skynight's Wire is also just ridiculous. Yeah, Skynight's Wire. Oh, I didn't even see this. Definitely Duckload Impact Piece. Oh boy. Spectral Possession or Charming Prince? I don't think we need to lean too hard into the Endress triggers. I think we just take this. Scary, but we do not have a lot of white or black pips. Could be Susarian Voidborn. Demobilize will give us a lot of triggers. I mean, our cats are gonna be pretty big, so I probably don't get blocked. We could take this if we want to go under red. It's not terrible. I don't love it. I feel like this is just more synergy though. Well, Craig Brune wheeled. Honestly, the like this is the thing, like with Cube Cobra, I have to take whatever draft I do with like a huge grain of salt, because like I mean, I've seen Skull Clamp wheel, I've seen Jacked Rabbit wheel, like, and then that's just like, that's not indicative of what you will likely see whenever people draft. I think we take this. 3 mana 1/1 double strike isn't awesome, but I don't know. Okay, this is, ooh, yeah, definitely the Signet, right? And this is good with a whiteboard state, but I kind of just want fixing. So it'll get us closer to casting this, which is probably going to win us the game over that. Yeah, Jack Rabbit wheeled. Like, what is this deck? We have Jack Rabbit and Regal Caracol. Like, yeah. Recruitment Officer, Ajani, sure. Temple, sure. Iron Apprentice, fine. Yep. Okay, 2. Go for the Throat is very, very good. Most of what's dying is going to be tokens, probably. Yeah, most of what's dying is going to be tokens, so I don't really love Tortured Existence. I think we just go for the removal spell. I didn't want black to have probably the best removal. I mean, swords is also fantastic. Rally the Peasants. We have... I didn't want to put Mother Runes in here. This is like a one-time Mother Runes. I wouldn't mind Alseid. I don't think it's worth picking here, though. Just gonna hope that it wheels, probably. Gary Clone is also just ridiculous. I mean, we need a lot of big mana for that, but I don't mind having 2 big mana, 3 big mana outlets with Jacked Rabbit. I don't really love swords. I would much rather see Path. I'm really not, like, in general, a big Swords to Plowshares fan, especially in a strategy like this where we're trying to drain our opponents out and giving them more life, especially if we're in like a Gruul or a Simic matchup and we Swords to Plowshares like a 4 or 5 power creature. It's not ideal because we already have Go for the Throat. Yeah, I'm just gonna take Gary Clone actually. Blood Artist is, yeah, we're just doing Blood Artist. I mean, come on, that's crazy. All right, I would definitely Cogwork, because I'm just like a cogworkaholic. But Cogwork doesn't really work in Cube Cobra. Like, I can take it, but then I can't put it back into a pack to get 2. But yeah, there are 2 Cogworks in the cube. I just love Cogwork, so I think we just take the mana fixing, right? I don't really love any of these other ones. Oh, you gain 2 life even on the non-kick version? This card's actually pretty good then. We're probably not cutting that. Honestly, maybe we take that instead of this. If I am truly only in 2 color, like, I really don't need a lot of duels, so let's take that. This card's really great for what we want to do. I do like Filigree Familiar too, but we're pretty heavy on 3 drops. Let's just take this. A Prideful Parent, which synergizes really well with this. But, oh, well, never mind. Oh my gosh, yeah, we got the 2 really strong Orzhov Signposts. Greedy Freebooter, Pretending Poxbearers. I do love Gravedigger, just one of my all-time favorites. I think we take the Gravedigger. Greedy Freebooter is just so good. Let's say Greedy Freebooter. Lingering Souls. This deck is ridiculous. Honestly, Dread Return's not bad now because we have a lot of token generators, which we didn't have at the beginning. Especially if we Cloud Shift some stuff. Let's say Dread Return. Alright, all Seed Wield. I think that's just what we wanted. Gumdrop Poisoner, rather, is also pretty decent. Do we have a sack outlet already? I don't think we do. We don't. Lamphead of Death's Vigil's not terrible. It's pretty solid. Let's take that. Well, Fixing Wield. It doesn't really matter here. Like, I'm not going to play either of these. I also take the Savvy Honor. Prideful Parent came back. Gravedigger, no. Come on, man. Where did that card go? Oh, there it is. Okay, last pack. This would be great if we were doing more Mardu, but we're not. This would also be great if we were doing more Mardu, but we're not. Honestly, maybe just Gift Probe. There are some scary enchantments or artifacts. Like obviously War Leader's Call is makes Cathar Commando a little bit higher value. But I don't really think I care. I think I just want to get a little more consistency on seeing people's stuff. These are both very good, but I think Suture Priest. Yeah, I think Suture Priest is the move. Like, this is good. We have a lot of good 2-drops. But honestly, like, if a Rabo goes down or Wisp Drinker, like, it's not as good. Let's take Suture Priest. I do like me some Sign in Blood. Sign in Blood or Callous Inspector? I think we just care about how many creatures do we have? Do we have 20 creatures already? We're probably not playing this. We're probably not playing this, honestly. Power 2 or less. We are like, a lot of our payoffs are creatures. Let's take Callous Inspector. This card is crazy. This card is absolutely crazy. I mean, honestly, I just hate drafting War Leader's Call. But a lot of white hasn't been open, so these bots probably aren't taking the, like, Gary clones and whatnot. Let's just take Glyph Elemental. This card wheels like Cube Cobra is dead to me. There's no way. You like Thraben Inspector. Omen of the Sun is very good too. I like a lot of cards in this pack. Let's take Omen of the Sun. Bloodghast is... I do have Bloodghast and Skull Clamp in here. I'm not sure how long that will stay. Ooh, Arms of Hadar, Blood Artist. Oh, that's tough. But also being able to Lampid every turn with Bloodghast. I just really love Bloodghast too. I think I'm gonna take Bloodghast. Flicker Wisp. Ooh, Panharmonicon? Panharmonicon, huh? Yeah, it's Panharmonicon. Mardu Devotee. Healer's Hawk's pretty good too. Or we just get mana fixing. We've drafted one duel. We should probably get another at this point. Like, I'm not hurting for creatures. So it keeps it coolest. Oh, Cathar Commando came back. Do I have any? Can I sacrifice just creatures? I don't think I have that in artifacts. Right. That's just when it died. Do I have Deadly Dispute? No, I don't. Deadly Dispute, Ichor Wellspring. The Popper is an Ancestral Recall. Let's just take this guy. We're probably not playing him. I mean, this is just a tap dual land too. So we'll take that. Sure. This card is so good, but this one's a little bit better. And yeah. Okay, that is the deck we drafted. Obviously we'd have to make some cuts. Probably just like cards like this. I don't really think we really need a Johnny. He's 2 white pips too, which just like, if we really just want to have 2 white pips, we probably want to have it just be our bomb, because at that point we're probably playing it. Any of these we don't need. Honestly, maybe we don't need Dread Return. This is just a 3-mana drop. What do we really care about getting back? Honestly, no. Screw Dread Return. Hate drafted so that the Golgari and Dimir players can't get it. Probably don't need well, don't need Iron Apprentice for sure. Mana value 3 or less is pretty good. That's most of our deck. Gravedigger we also probably don't need. I mean, it'd be good to get like, what's like the best thing we could get back? Getting back, I don't know. Let's go Gravedigger. 29. Do we really need Panharmonicon? Actually, Gravedigger does have synergy with Panharmonicon. Maybe we don't need Cloud Shift. We definitely don't need this. That needs to go. We definitely don't need this either. We're mostly white? Yeah, we're mostly white, actually. Okay. Maybe we don't need this guy. Or we could put 1/1s on Flyer, ideally. But it's not like a lot of these have like attack triggers I care about protecting, so let's get rid of him. Okay. Maybe this is a sideboard card. I feel like it's a little bit one more. 26 non-lands. I mean, that's probably fine to run. We have Mana Rock. We have 1 Mana Rock and 4 tap lands. What is this one again? If any player loses 2 life and you gain 2 life. It does cost 4 mana to make it a creature. It's not bad. I actually quite like this cycle. I guess I'll talk about that a little bit after I finish this. I don't know, I think this is a pretty solid deck. I'd probably have to make a couple other cuts. Maybe 1 more cut. Which is maybe like the Omen of the Sun. Just because stacked up against these 2, it's the weakest of the 3, just in terms of value. I mean, I guess it is instant speed. But do I really care about that? Maybe not. If it screws me, maybe I sideboard it out. But yeah, that's the deck that we're working with right now. Very, very Orzhov focused. Sack enters. Pretty cool. Let's look at the lands real quick. I definitely should have talked about that before we drafted. But yeah, generally the cycle are pain lands, and then these, which you can use the plain cycling, island cycling, swamp cycling, and mountain cycling, which I have the Lord of the Rings cycle of Oliphant, Trolley Khazad-dûm, Lorien Revealed, Eagles of the North, and then the Generous Ent. So those lands are in here so that you can fetch them. Restless Anchorage, another one of the cycles, and then usually the temples. The only one that's a little clunky is Orzhov because they haven't printed the fetchable cycle. Oh, they haven't done it for Izzet either? I did not know that. This type of card, which they recently, I think this is just in Lore when Eclipsed, right? Yeah. Just came out. So they're still finishing the cycle. I may just proxy some cards that are custom to fill these out. I have drafted a couple three color decks, but honestly, I don't think they're like super reliable. If you're in green, definitely more so. Just because there are cards like Gene Pollinator that can do any one color, and Abundant Growth, which can be any of one color. So there's a little bit better synergy with green for doing 3 color decks, which may be good for like doing Soul Tie, since you got a lot of graveyard support with these 3. Or maybe Jund, because you could add green onto the sacrifice part and just ramp out a little bit bigger and hopefully get to some bigger creatures. But I think overall, although white is like not super well represented number-wise, it's right here with the other 3. I feel like some of the cards in here definitely need to be toned down, because like, especially some of these bombs, like Regal Caracol is just a little insane. And there's just a lot of cards that I feel like maybe too strong or too potent. So that's where I'm at. I just wanted to do a quick video running through the cube. Wanted to show it off a little bit. I just love cube. It's one of my favorite formats, and I want to build one that is very fun, a little bit lower powered so that it's not so crazy with combos and whatnot, and also just a cube that people can generally approach. I don't think there are 2 mechanics in. There is the initiative with the Avenging Hunter. Yeah, that's like the one mechanic that I'm very scared of. This is the only like popper card that sees play with initiative, so I thought it would be okay. That's probably the only mechanic that, like, if a new person coming to Magic or a newer player to Magic may struggle with. I don't think there are too many other mechanics that are funky though. There's Descend. Mentor is a little clunky. If there is any weird mechanics, I try to just include the print of the card with flavor text. Or not flavor text, rules text. But yeah, That's it. Let me know what you think. If you have any suggestions for trying to balance some of these archetypes a little bit better, please leave them down below. Really appreciate you for watching. Have a great day.